Fuck it. I'm not gonna wear it tonight.
Oh,
taking them on and off is on work. Are we?
We are in.
We're live.
See if I can't do an intro music. I mean, it's professional.
Yeah,
2 years. 2 years of doing this. We should have been able to figure
Disregard
this
what
out
Wayne
by
said
now.
there. It was fine.
You're listening to the Beans and Dice podcast, a podcast about how we game.
Sorry.
It happens.
How we game.
It happens. Hey, everybody!
Beans and Dice Thursday night live call-in show. I'm your host, Carlos.
I'm Rob.
I'm Wayne.
You're listening to
And
the
we are
Beans
the
and Dice podcast.
Beans and Dice podcast, the podcast about how we game.
How we game.
I'm a little more muted tonight because I am in public. I
Carlos,
am in
remote.
San Antonio, Texas today for work. Doing some work out here in Texas, but cannot miss the show. Did not want to miss the show. Very much because this is the week that we celebrate our 2 years. This week, it'll be 2 years of doing this call-in show stuff, Rob. Can you believe it?
2 years. Yeah, it doesn't seem like 2 years. It seems like maybe a year, maybe a little over a year, but yeah, 2 years, that's crazy.
And I think the baby's going to be 7. I didn't believe it when my wife told me, but the baby is going to be 17 months soon. So it's like,
So that's how you've been counting then, huh?
yeah, I don't think we're live on the Facebook. I have to figure out how to get that connected back to StreamYard, but today was a busy day. I wasn't able to.
Okay.
So for the folks on the Facebook, I did post it in the group. We are on the YouTubes.
All right, that works.
It's the
We're on
primary.
somewhere. Hey, you got a few
I love.
comments there?
Are you staying near Riverwalk in San Antonio?
We are about 15 minutes out. We were there last night.
I love Riverwalk.
And for Christmas, it's the first time being out here for Christmas.
Oh,
And it
looks
had
cool.
all the lights hanging over on those cedar trees, the
Yeah.
cypress trees that they have.
Saw your pictures,
Cypress.
yeah.
Hanging from the lights hanging from them, and then all the river boats that they have, because they have the little river boats on the Riverwalk. They're all decorated up for Christmas. What is an a la mode?
The Alamo. Get it?
Pie with
ice cream.
Ice
is
cream
all
on
of it.
top.
It's a pun.
Alamo.
It is
Yeah.
a pun.
It's a pun.
Yeah.
Come on, it was real.
Come on, Rich.
Gotta
I
be
can't
funny.
even with you.
Gotta be serious.
Yeah.
I thought it was being serious.
Surely you're
I
not
love
serious.
the Riverwalk. I've never
Don't call me
being there
sure.
at Christmas has got to sound pretty cool. And did you get to do the Alamo or not?
We've done the Alamo before.
Okay, been there before. Yeah, I love that.
I was
That
quite
awesome.
surprised how small it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's cool though. Did you do the audio tour where you put the headset on and walk? Oh, that's cool though.
I did see the diorama that they have in the gift shop. I don't know if you remember that, if that was still around. It just got me thinking about like miniature wargaming. It looked like a huge miniature wargaming.
You want to jump in
table.
there and start rolling some dice?
Plucking models out. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
That probably wouldn't go over too well.
Puerto Rican man arrested in
Sir,
Texas.
get away from the display.
Yeah, you don't want to mess around in Texas, right?
Don't
But I'm
mess
sure
with-
I'm sure there's got to be a GMT or some kind of miniature game based on the Alamo, right?
Yeah, something
Gotta
like
be.
that.
Oh,
There's
there
gotta be.
definitely are.
There's got to be
gotta-
several. Yeah.
Ron says San Antonio is special to me, as that is where I met my wife,
Nice. Very nice. Yeah.
and we've been praying for her ever since.
Yeah. She needs the strength. Give her strength.
We lit a candle for her.
Yeah.
Phone lines open 813-618-7099 because that's what we do. We've been doing it for 2 years now, taking your phone calls about games that you've been playing, things that you've been up to.
Call-in show.
I do like talking about what we're drinking. Today I'm drinking a Lone Star.
Lone Star.
It says the National Beer of Texas. It was like $6 for 6 tall boys.
Nice.
So
Ooh.
I'm assuming it's like the natty
High
light
quality.
beer.
Yes, super high
of
quality.
Texas.
Nice.
Must be good stuff.
I like it. For the 2-year anniversary, I made myself a nice smoked old fashioned.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's good. I made a homemade Dr. Pepper.
There you go.
Right there. Did it right.
Calm down,
23
Rob.
flavors.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
That took a while.
Before anyone calls in, I'll start saying that, less than a year ago, I was a caller, right? I was calling in, and I've said it before to you guys. I think I probably said it on the show a few times, but I think during, this was height of the pandemic time, and I was sort of stuck at home, working from home, wife and kid home, my elderly mother who lives right next door, basically, who's immunocompromised. So we didn't want to risk getting her sick. So I was kind of just in a glut of not being able to game. And just in a YouTube rabbit hole of YouTube one night, found your guys' show and just started listening. and just loved it. Loved the conversations and the calls, and then started calling in. Found out we lived like 10 minutes apart from each other
Down the road.
and then found the whole community in general. So it's been, I can't believe it's like only a year. It feels like it's just been longer than that. But, it really, I think at a point in time when it was hard to do things outside of your own house for a period of time, you guys were there for me and probably for other people too. So it was really cool. And I appreciate everything you guys have done. So
Yeah, we're awesome. We're glad you found us. That's for sure. You've been
That's a
big
great
help on the show.
testimony.
Yep.
You have like the tech side. We're glad to have you on board. A lot of this tech stuff has really improved. Having you and Mitch come through and help out has been phenomenal. I mean, similar story with Mitch. I know he's not here to give it, but we got a call coming in. Let's see if I can answer it. I'm using this mobile
live.
setup.
Yeah,
Beats
here
and
we go.
Dice podcast. State your name. Where are you calling from?
This is Ron from Atlanta.
Ron Frazier, how are you, man?
I'm a little under the weather, but didn't want to miss this.
Oh, sorry to hear about not feeling so good.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to
Yeah,
the
but,
show. and thank
you
you
guys-
for being the first caller of the night.
As is my tradition now.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that I really appreciate the show and really the community. So you guys had me on as a guest a couple of times, and that was great. I've also felt like I was a guest on the show with a couple of phone conversations. But really, I went back today and peeked a little bit of that first call-in show live stream, and I tell you what, like the quality wasn't actually wasn't that bad, but like it's come a long way, and then like just really seeing the show get refined is great. Even though I've only found you guys like I don't know a year ago or so. But as I mentioned on previous calls, the thing that I really appreciate about this, really about this podcast is the community that is around it. Like I haven't seen anything like it, considering the size of the social media presence of this channel. The community is just more tight knit and just better and friendlier than some communities of other channels that have 10, 20, 30 times your numbers. And I think that's a fantastic thing.
Yeah, we appreciate that. I know Carlos and I have told that story over and over again about how the whole idea behind starting up the show, and it really was community based. I mean, we just real short version is, again, we were just kind of hanging out. We were finding that we were hanging out after game night a lot, just in the parking lot. We'd stay at the game shop and close the game shop down, whatever shop it was we were at. And then, the last 4 or 5 of us that would roll out of there at 10, 11, 12 o'clock, we'd go out in the parking lot and we'd just stand around and talk about news. We've heard new games that are coming out. We talk about the games we just played. And so Carlos was like, after we had done that for months and months, he's like, you know what? I want to start a podcast. I want to start a channel. I want to do things. He was big on the audio side. I want to do an audio podcast. I want it to be real high quality, but I want it just to be us talking to people, just talking about the games we've played, news that's coming out, building a community to talk. I mean, Carlos can jump in there on that.
I'm going to interrupt a little bit. When we talked about high quality, my concern was the quality of the audio, not
Right.
so much the content. Like,
Oh, yeah. No, that's what I meant. Yeah.
as long as the audio's strong, like that's what mattered to me. But
Yep.
Ron, you said it. The quality of the show, like audio wise, from the beginning was one of my big focuses. So you didn't see a difference there. But the content has been spotty at best. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, it comes and goes. We have our moments, but yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that was the whole idea, was the community. And again, when we originally started, we figured, well, some of our friends in Tampa, they'll call in, they'll do things, and it really shocked us. For a little while, that's all it was just people we had told about the show, and then we started getting these calls. It's just 4 or 5 weeks in. we'd get a call from Chicago, we'd get a call from New York, we got a call, people in the chat from overseas, and it was like, hold on, people are really starting to notice this thing, and so it was really
I remember
cool.
the first time Kyle called in from Chicago. We were like, "Oh, we hit Illinois."
So put a pin in that one. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
And like you have people that used to be in the area that moves across the country, calling in, and it's just great. Just want to wish you guys congratulations.
Thank you.
To keep it going. I know I personally would like to see this show grow like a whole bunch, because this is just a thing that.
But you're a dad too.
Nobody
right?
else is doing it.
You're a dad and a husband, and you know how life pulls at you in so many different ways, right? Like it would be a dream, I would imagine, for us to be able to take this, what we have going here, and really do it well.
Yeah.
But dang it, if that soccer game isn't going to be on Saturday, and that baseball tournament and the ROTC event, it's like it tugs us in so many ways. So my hope is that, and I say this, Ron, I watch another show, Wargaming specific, and it's just a couple of dads, and regularly I hear kids in the background yelling, and it actually, a lot of people comment on there about control your kids and whatnot, but to me, it engendered me to those two guys, because it reminds me that, you know what, we don't have to be the Will Wheatons of the world to be able to put content out there and get interaction. We can just be ourselves, our dad selves, our husband selves, our gamer selves, and show the rest of y'all out there that, you know what, it's okay to not, be the best at this, but still have fun. So that's my hope, is that we're being real, which is where the motto came from originally. Like, that just came out of my mouth in the first episode, how we game, because this is how we do. So I think it's connected with you, Ron, because maybe you feel a connection with how we do, and hopefully that's how others feel, is that we're just being real.
Oh, that's right.
What are you drinking tonight, Ron?
What am I drinking?
NyQuil?
I'll be drinking decaf for the moment here. Help me clear up a little bit.
I always knew there was something wrong with you. All right, Poppy. I appreciate your phone call, man.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling, Ron.
I think Ron hits it on the head though too a lot. He's mentioned it a few times, and it came up I think during the Stonemeyer Day, the Stonemeyer charity event. It doesn't matter how big your community is. You could have 50,000 followers and likes and whatever, but if the content isn't good, or if the community isn't good, then there's no meaning there. So I think even we may not have the big you guys may not have the biggest community out there, but I think it's an active community. It's more active than a lot of other Discord servers that I'm on that are way bigger. And it's a tighter community that people actually like care and involved, and get to know each other. And it's, so I think that speaks to it. It's better to grow small like that, slower, than just get, I will take this over 50,000 followers in a day.
How much of it is a issue with scale and scalability, right? How many groups have you followed in the past on Facebook where it was a smaller group, it was starting to grow, and then when it hits like that 10,000, 15,000, 25,000 point, it becomes just another advertising portal, disconnection.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
that
another
happens.
call coming in.
Beans and Dice Podcast. State your name. Where are you calling from?
This is Jim from Tampa.
Hey,
Mr.
Jim,
Odak.
how are you?
Hey, Jim.
Gentlemen, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. 2
Appreciate
years,
it.
we did it.
And we're looking to hear people's stories tonight about how did you find us? How did you run across this whole thing?
Yeah, how did we find Jim?
I don't know.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I think I responded to. I joined the Wesley Chapel gaming group
Okay.
because I was desperate to find gaming, because the only place I was gaming was in Raleigh with my buddy, and I think through that Carlos posted a thing to play Blitzball at Your Turn.
I remember that little Bliss Bowl tournament I held in a learning session.
Okay, so Blitzball and Blood Bowl can do good things. I'll let that slide out there. All right, go ahead.
And sorry, I'm only drinking Arizona iced tea tonight, guys. Sorry.
Oh, nothing wrong with that. I like me some Arizona iced tea. Yeah,
With vodka.
with vodka.
That works.
So what have you been up to, Jim? What are you playing?
So I'm a little, I'm a little out of it. I ended up having to work last night to 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
Missed out on a game of Lisboa last night. I was
Oh.
looking forward to that, and things didn't pan out.
So
Instead, we're doing what?
Sorry, did you hear that?
No, I missed that. So instead of Lisboa, what are we doing?
he was working.
Oh, I ended up having a work incident
Oh.
where I had to stay up to 2 o'clock in the morning with an outage. You know, real life interfering with important gaming.
Yeah.
God, I think that was just a little bit of the topic we just had. Like,
Yeah, we were
wow.
just hitting on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Family and
Yeah.
other things, work and all that gets in
Yeah.
the way. And yeah, of course, Carlos and I are doing this obviously as a hobby still. I mean, this was still just a side thing. I think we'd love one day to be able to do this a little more regularly, a little more permanently, or at least I would if we get to those later years and we've been doing this for a
once
while and people
we
are
stop
like,
having kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to figure out how to do that.
That's a problem with that guy.
That's what I was going to bring up. You guys all have kids. Why do you start this right at bedtime?
My kid's already in bed, man. 8:30.
Well, that's part of it. Is like,
Oh,
the kids are in bed, like the night is done, but it's not too late because we all got to work tomorrow. So
Yeah.
it's trying to find that balance between bedtime and not being up too late. And I thought 9 o'clock has seemed to be an okay hour.
It helps with the time zones. I mean, you get the people
East Coast, West
going
Coast, yeah.
Central Coast, West time. So they're an hour or two behind. So it kind of covers that as well. So a little late here on the East, but not so late on the West Coast. So
Mine's still young enough that he goes to bed at 8:30. So perfect bed, and then I come for the
Well,
show.
I think mine is posted about 8:30, but it just always seems to end up being 9.
yeah,
Yeah.
mine's 9:30, so a little
He's
later.
doing
but-
homework right now. He's not even in bed.
See, but for you, you as a caller, you can put that kid to bed, wait for Ron to get his first phone call in,
Yeah.
and then pop in at that
Perfect.
like,
Just
9:15.
slide right in there.
Yeah, squeeze it between Ron and Nick. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. You going to be able to make it out to
Um,
the game day this Saturday, Jim?
I was just going to bring up, I'll be there, and I'll be there with my son.
Nice. All right. We look forward to seeing you there. Do you have any games lined up that you're going to play?
No, but yes, let's play something.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I mean, if you ask me, I want to play Great Wall.
I was
But
gonna say, I knew a Great Wall was going to be your answer, but if it's there and available, but yeah, I know Diego said he's got the new. The name is escaping me. The new racing, the
Is it
Heat.
Heat?
Oh, he
And
has it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has it. He's bringing it Saturday, so I told him count me in on that one. I really want to play Heat. So
I want to play Heat just because I want to compare it to
Flamme
Peloton.
Rouge.
Flamme
Flamme
Rouge.
Rouge.
Flamme
Peloton.
Rouge. Yeah, Peloton.
That's an expansion.
Flamme Rouge.
You're
Yeah,
close.
it's an expansion.
Yeah,
Close enough.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I want
that's
to
what-
see, is it too much like Flamme Rouge to not
got-
be worth it?
It's got some additional mechanics in it that I'm interested in seeing how those add to the Flamme Rouge feel. So yeah, I'm definitely wanting to try that one out. So I'm hoping to play that Saturday.
I'll probably bring playing Catacombs with me. With
Oh,
somebody
nice.
else bringing it.
Okay, that's one I'd like to try to play also. So if you get a game of that going, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
Well, once again, congratulations, guys. I may not make it for the entirety of the show because I am exhausted.
You also
go-
had
go
a
to
smoked
bed.
old fashioned.
2 a.m. Go to bed.
Well, I did have to work at 2 a.m., and then I had to get up this morning and continue working at 7 a.m. So,
Yeah, that sucks.
That's what we do, man. That's how we take care of the kids, wifey, the
Gotta make
family.
ends
It's
meet.
what we do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So hopefully this Saturday will give you the ability to refill your cup, get some energy back, hang out with friends, get
Oh.
some crappy gifts off the table.
I had a question.
Yeah.
For the games that we're donating to the
The gift swap.
giveaway, are we supposed to wrap them?
For this year, the goal, thanks for asking for the folks at home, the goal is to pick a game, 10, 15, 25 bucks ish, right? Wrap it, new or used, lightly used.
Lightly
Some
used.
of y'all, okay,
Yeah,
y'all need to know
yeah,
what
lightly
lightly
used,
used means.
A game that wasn't put away like Carlos puts games away.
Yeah, not
I
just
put them away
scraping the
that way.
box.
That way I know I'll
Scraping
never
the
get rid
box,
of them.
Scraping the box.
But wrap it up. It doesn't matter what you wrap it up in. It could be in a bag. It could be
I was about to
in,
say, how many
in
of
a
us we just put
Ziploc. It could.
bag with some tissue paper on top?
But I think part of the fun for this year, is going to be watching you go up and grab some random game and unwrap it and see what you get. And I'm looking forward to seeing people using their Christmas techniques to try to suss out what that
shaking.
game is based on its
And now-
size, weight, noise.
Yeah, the Beans and Dice
Be
crew.
like, all right, this one
and
looks
the-
like Gloomhaven.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be a dead giveaway. I
Same
think.
size
Yeah.
as Gloomhaven. I'll pick that.
Now, listen, I'm not going to stop anyone who wants to drop a game like a Gloomhaven on the table, but the key message is don't expect something in kind back. That's why I'm saying 10, 15, 25 bucks is what to expect. But if you decide to drop off your Kickstarter version of something, just don't be mad when you go home with somebody's, I don't know, the crew.
Given the fact that that
Pretty
everybody,
rolling, right?
yeah, between Beans and Dice and Wesley Chapel Gaming Crew and the Your Turn crew, have all that propensity to go to Dice Tower events, you're gonna have like 30 people show up with copies of Imperial Settlers rolling, right?
Something like that. Yeah, could be.
I thought about it.
Yeah. And we've experimented a little bit. I mentioned on the last show that we've done, I think the last 3 years, we've done 3 different takes on this gift thing. We've done the white elephant. We've done the stealing of gifts. We've done just everything was out in the open. And if your name got pulled, you just picked a game out of the pile so you could see what everything was. So this is something different. We've done something different every year. And if we fall in love with something, we'll stick with it. But otherwise, we're just trying different things. So yeah, this will be a little different this year.
I have to stay consistently inconsistent. Got to
That's
keep y'all
Carlos.
on your toes.
That's Carlos. Yeah.
There's the one thing that you can count on with me is inconsistency. All right, Mr. Odak. Have a good evening, homie.
Thanks for calling in, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Have a good night.
Congratulations again.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Bobby.
Night.
That's Jim Odak out of Florida. Of course,
cool.
Rich Yazzie commenting about Heat. Is anybody surprised that he's interested in a racing game?
No.
We need to do another Rallyman.
Yes.
We
one.
do. That's actually really important. So Rich needs to help us organize that a little. Whether it's 5 of us or 20 of us, but yeah, I wanted to play
A
some
Winter
Rally
Cup.
Man.
We did
Yeah.
a Spring Cup.
It's in the pipeline. There we go.
In a pipeline. There you go. All right, he's on it. He's on it.
It's so crazy what's going on the Discord. I can't even keep up anymore. This stuff has surpassed my level of technology and social media interaction. It's crazy.
Frozen flagon, he says, will be the title of it. So
That's a cup,
And-
right?
yeah, I think so. Flagon, yeah. Big wooden cup.
See, now in the next now that I actually can see again when I put these on, I'll be able to actually see the colors on the screen, so I'll know when I'm going to crash or not.
Beans and Dice Podcast. State your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, it's BJ from Board Game Gumbo.
Oh, hey, BJ.
Laissez-vous le Branton.
Lazy on over there.
It's too early.
Oh yeah, something like that.
Thank you
I
for
just wanted to
calling,
work. I wanted to congratulate you all on your 2-month hiatus from having Mitchell on the show. Congratulations.
Was wondering how long it would take. For
Oh
you
wait,
to-
no, I'm sorry. It's the 2-year anniversary. I apologize. That's the
2-year
that's the bigger.
Well, the restraining order, I believe, expires in about a month.
Oh yeah.
He's still no
Nice.
longer allowed to be within 500 feet of a school. We won't talk about that incident.
Nice, nice.
How you doing, BJ?
I'm actually going to see him Sunday. I'm bringing like 7 or 8 people, and we're going to go watch his play.
Oh, cool.
Nice. That's very cool.
That would be cool. I would really like to see that, man. That's cool.
It's a long drive. You know, have to drive 20 minutes over to New Iberia, but we'll make it work.
Oh,
Yeah, slumming it with the New Iberians. I get it.
Iberians.
Down in the Berry, as we call it. We're going to head down to the Berry. But we have a big game day on Saturday. It is the Jay Bell's birthday, and we're going to have about 5 or 10 people. We're going to do games all day, and we're going to toast to the Beans and Dice 2-year anniversary.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Gracias, Bobby. Gracias. Now, the question is, will you give Jay a chance to prepare for a photo? Like, the photo you posted on your channel just felt so unfair, and
Not
you're
entirely
smiling.
flattering, yeah.
BJ is just laughing and smiling, and Jay's like in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the old 1, 2. Then you take the photo before the 3.
Oh yeah.
Don't even give them a chance to smile.
That's why you
Jay's
always look
always-
good. They make you look better.
Jay's always got a smile on all of our videos. If you take a look on the thumbnail, he's always got a nice smile. So, and Jay's the celebrity, so I can catch him sometimes. I mean, if you ever watch the celebrity things, they always have unflattering photos of the celebs in those magazines. So that's all I'm doing.
That's what sells.
There you go.
Now
Now,
we've been
wanna see
talking
that.
about Heat over here, and I believe I saw that on a thumbnail
I believe I
for Board Game Gumbo channel. Tell the folks at home where they can find you.
Yes, Board Game Gumbo everywhere. But on Tuesday nights we play on Twitch, twitch.tv/BoardGameGumbo. We play your games every Tuesday night between 6p and sometimes 11p. It just depends on what we have to do. But yeah, no, we have not played Heat yet. That is a game I wanted to try at BGG Con. I just could never get onto the table with it. So I would like to play it though. So by the same guys that did Flamme Rouge, a game that a lot of the guys in the Gumbo like to play. But I've never played either one of them. I'm a Downforce guy.
Ooh.
Yeah, Candyland, Downforce. Sorry, get it.
No, I really liked. I wanted to like Downforce, and I've only played it on BGA, and it just didn't hit. It was just too much of a runaway leader stuff. But Flamme Rouge hit that so much that I went out and got a copy. Or Carlos got me a used copy at Dice Tower East. So
I love me some Flamme Rouge.
I read the rule book. For Heat on the way up there because with the Gumbo guys and then our other friends up there from the Board Boys podcast, we kind of split up some of the rule books in the hot games room. It's a couple of years ago we figured it's the fastest way to teach games is just try to read as many rule books, try to watch as many videos. It's hard because you don't have the pieces in front of you. I'm very much a visual learner. I like to move the pieces. I like to actually play the game, and that's how I kind of pick up the rules as we're going. But it does help if we read the rules, watch a couple of videos. And one of my assignment was Heat. I just could never get onto the table. It stayed very popular the whole time we were there. Oh, we had a good time though.
Yeah.
So I know last night 2 nights ago. So your Tuesday night show, you guys chickened out and didn't want to set up Mosaic. I
So I played Mosaic twice, and I really wanted to get another play in. In fact, we're going to play it Saturday.
Okay.
I really wanted to play it, but we did this PAX Unplugged recap that was we were only allotted 20 minutes for, but we were having such a good time that we kind of grilled Jay for a good 45 minutes. And then we played Aquatica, and we played another game, and by that point, we're just like, okay, if we try to, because there's only one problem with Mosaic to me. There is it's a big setup and a big teardown, and then you've got the game. Plus, we would have had to teach Jay. So when you add all that up, I mean, we would have been out there pretty late. The dumb thing is that after the show, of course, and I'm sure you guys do this every once in a while. After the show, we turned the cameras off, and nobody left till midnight. We did the old. You all know what a parking lot meeting is? We did the old parking lot meeting where we just kind of sat around and talked about everything we talked about that night. So I guess we probably could have played Mosaic, but we'll get it played again.
I was tuned in and ready to watch,
Mosaic.
and then you guys were like, no, it's too much. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah. And you said you love Mosaic, so I was going to ask you your opinion because the three of us just got to play that a couple of weeks ago, and I think we all liked it. I think we all gave it pretty good thumbs up. But you like it a lot, BJ?
Yeah, so I've played a few Civ games. I would not call myself a big Civilization guy, even though
It's okay. We still like you.
Video games. Yeah, when I was playing video games, that's the kind of games I like to play. I like to play Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, Age of Kings, all of those games. That's the ones I like playing. But on the board game side, I just don't have a lot of experience with them. But of all the Civ games I've played, it used to be the Golden Ages was my favorite. This is like 10 times better than the Golden Ages. And it kind of makes, I used to think of Tapestry as a Civ game, and after playing Mosaic, it's like, okay, now I see why people say it's not really a Civ game,
Yeah.
So I super dig Mosaic. It's, without spoiling, I think it'll definitely make the top 6 and maybe even higher for the year for me. But yeah, it's still early. Yeah, it's still early.
Still early. We got another couple weeks to go.
What's your opinion on Ark Nova?
I like Arc Nova. Isn't that a prior year though? Is that 2020?
I think that would have been that would
Well,
have
see,
been.
I'm
a year
just
ago. Yeah.
Prior year.
I'm trying to gauge: is it the tags system of Mosaic, like the tags on the cards, similar to Arc
Terraforming
Nova,
Mars.
similar to Terraforming Mars, that you dug?
Good point. Yeah, it is. That part is. The rest of it doesn't feel like Arc Nova at all, though. But that part does. That part does. The little tag system does do that. And there's a lot of games that do that. I mean, Everdell has that with the with the buildings, building out people. I like any game that does that. And I just dig the fact that when we played Mosaic, every single one of us had a unique strategy and a unique way to build out our civilization. Most of us leaned into the heroes, or whatever you call it, the actual civ that you got, the leader the type
Right.
of civilization.
The
you
asymmetry
got.
of it.
Most of us lean. Yeah, exactly. Most of us lean into that. I think it's smart to do that. But because of that, it really felt like we were all, just gunning in different ways. And I like the fact that a game at the end, you don't feel like there's one particular strategy that's going to work. That's what you want out of a civilization game. You want a bunch of different ways to win. And that's why, I haven't stopped thinking about Mosaic, even though I've played it twice already. Don't you like when you have a game like that where you're thinking about it at your office? You're going, man, I can't wait to play it again. I want to do this instead.
And I think I lucked into a good strategy that worked long term in the game, but initially, Carlos, I was real salty the first.
Oh, you were salty the first
hour
30
of the
minutes.
game. I think a game like that though needs like the Wingspan Swift Start pack, where it's like first game. If you've never played a civ building game before, here's how you set up. Here's some first 2 turns to get you going, because I can see where people who've not played games like that before, and it's been a while since I played a big civ game like that I'm like, it took me a while to remember what I should be doing. Even I think it needs like a little intro game to like help new game, people who want to step up from midweight games to those more I don't know if it's complex, but bigger games.
They just announced the new expansion for it that's probably going to help what you're talking about. It's called Prelude, and it gives you some cards and a jump start to how you build out your Martian civilization.
Does Bonacore get some royalties from
your Martian civilization? Yeah, there you go.
No, but I think the Preludes, the Swift Start pack with Wingspan. I like that concept of in a game that has some complexity.
I can't, I don't even apologize for this, homie. You're playing a civ builder. How would you not understand that feeding your people's important, Wayne? Like, you gave up every food card during the initial draft. Because you gotta feed your people, sir.
I just didn't I didn't realize how you necessarily generate the food in that. And then also, because you get your starting like leader and civilization that gives you like, you're really good at doing this. So when you're drafting cards, you should draft cards that give you that. So I focused on the symbols. And again, it's been a while since I played a civ game, so I screwed up at the beginning and didn't draft food, but actually it worked out better for me at the end anyway. So
you won.
You ran away with it. Yeah. BJ, we got a question in the chat for you. Have you tried Empire Earth for PC? It's still my favorite RTS, especially with the Art of Conquest expansion. That's for Chiasi in the chat. Empire Earth?
No, I have not. I think the last video game I played was one called Adventure on the Atari 2600. I don't know if any of you have played that.
Wow, that's
I think it came out like in your 40s.
Same about ET. The ET game came out the same year.
I may have been younger than that, so it was a long time ago. I don't really play. I don't really play many video games anymore, so I can't even think of the last one I played. I think I tried Skyrim a few years back, and that was probably when it was like $3 at a used game sale. So yeah, I'm just not. Around 2008, once I discovered board games and I got really, really, really into them, although I've played them all my life. But when I got really into the hobby part, that's when all of the video games and the only game I've actually played is I guess Diablo. Yeah, that's probably the last main game that I played all the way to Diablo 3. But after that. So whenever Diablo 3 came out many, many years ago, that's when I dropped. That's when I stopped playing games. So
great series. I was big on Diablo.
Don't ask me anything about electronic gaming. I will not be able to. I will not. I can't tell you anything about them.
I'm right there
which is so weird because that is so weird because that's what I spent my entire young adulthood and childhood is playing whatever was on the computer. That's what we played. But
Commodore
it's all
64.
cardboard now. Yeah, before that, I mean, Vic 20, and then I had a Trash 80. I don't know. I'm dating myself so terribly, but yeah, I started on the Trash 80.
Not that far off from
I started. We had 5 computers, and we would all get together every New Year's Eve, and we would all hang out. I had a Trash 80. A buddy had a Vic 20. Another buddy had a Commodore 64. One of the guys that we laughed at had a Sinclair. It had like 500 total bits of memory. It was terrible, and a really weird keyboard. You couldn't play any games on it, but brings back so many good memories. Adventure Construction Set was a game that we played so much because you could actually build out your own Ultima style adventure, and it was so cool that somebody would build it out and then we'd run through the dungeon. Anyway, I'm literally dating myself by 30 years here.
Listen, we all want to grow to be like you.
We're in that ballpark, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're not far off. Not far
I had a
off.
Commodore 64.
I'll
so-
tell you, I will tell you, I remember when my dad brought home the Apple IIe,
I had one.
and no one else had more than I forgot what the Commodore 64 had, but the Apple IIe had so much more memory. My Trash 80 had about 4,283 bits or bytes, I guess is what it is, bytes.
Yeah.
And
I understand there's a difference between the
64,000
two. I just don't know
It's a
what
byte.
that difference
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. But I remember going to the 64,000, all my friends are like, "This is ridiculous. You'll never have a computer program that needs that much memory." And like today, my ink pen has more memory than my Apple IIe had. You know,
Pocket calculator, yeah. Absolutely.
Those were the days. Well, look, congratulations again on your 2-month hiatus and on your 2-year anniversary. Big. You guys do a fantastic job. I watch every week, although a lot of times it's just in my ear while I'm hanging out with the family. But I love the show. Keep up the good work. And I will see you guys. I'll see you guys next October.
Thanks.
Awesome. We're looking forward to it.
See you soon.
All right.
All right. Thanks, BJ. Good night.
Hopefully it's before next October, right? Dice Tower East.
That's what I'm hoping. I thought it was going to that.
Yeah, before that. I think he was referencing Sobo, if we can get back down there for Sobo next year. So, but yeah. Hopefully we'll run into it before. And before I forget, we were going to mention, I don't know if Mitchell is calling tonight, but he just recently celebrated a birthday. So we wanted to give Mitchell a crude home a shout out for happy birthday. We all got to congratulate him in the social medias, but we wanted to put it on the show here since he's one of the big contributors to the show.
Nice. Let's throw a little comment in here.
No. This is great with everybody calling in. I hope people, if you're listening and you have any kind of story, we'd love to hear from you about how you found us and any stories you have about the show. That's what tonight's about, the 2-year anniversary. Hopefully many to come. I'm hoping we keep doing this, even if it's just casually. I hope we can keep this thing going. So
yeah, I have not been preparing game-wise much since the last show. We had a good time last week ranking our games for November being played, but I'm out here working some real tough stuff in San Antonio. But I guess the good news is it sounds like I might be going to Kansas, so I get to explore another city.
Exciting, Kansas.
Kansas City.
The state of Kansas.
Oh, the state of Kansas. Where exactly?
There is a Kansas City.
City in Missouri.
Not in.
There is.
Is there in Kansas? Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah. Probably not as good as like the Kansas City.
No.
Missouri.
I'm sure it's not. You lived in Oklahoma for 15 years, and so I can tell you there's not much in Kansas. But
Toto.
Yeah, there you go. Little Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
You're gonna be the cowardly lion.
Yeah.
So I don't have too much on game. I don't
Oh,
have to worry about game topics.
There you go.
There we go. Just gotta give it a minute. Someone call.
Beans and Dice Podcast. Tell me when you're going to put up your third video.
I know who that is.
It's Lorenzo from Seattle.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Oh, hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. How
Made
you
it back
guys
to
doing?
Seattle?
Make it back to Seattle.
Yeah, I made it back last night. It took a little bit longer than what we would have liked, but that was because...
You had to rent a U-Haul to attach to your car to bring all the Kickstarters back to Seattle.
All the new acquisitions, yeah.
If I could post a picture in the chat so you could see the ridiculousness that I have sitting here, you guys would definitely get a chuckle out of that.
Get posted in Discord.
But anyway, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll have to do that. Yeah, driving back, we had to go all the way west to California to avoid the snow that was going through the Midwest there.
Oh, wow.
So took a couple extra days, but got a nice little scenic drive on the way back.
What's that called? The Pacific Highway, the California Pacific Highway
coast there.
Well, we cut over and then we went up like 101, which also cuts over to I think it's called US 1. I can't remember, but that goes like closer to the coast. And then we like cut back out. We went through the redwood forest, did like the scenic drive through there. Yeah, which is really cool. I've never seen any of that. And for you racing fans out there,
Rich Yossi, this is for you.
We were driving. I can't remember exactly where we were going, but anyway, we drove right past Laguna Seca.
Oh my God, that's my dream.
Yeah, we turned around, went up, and they have like campsites there. Like I had no idea. Like even when races aren't going on, you can just get a campsite.
Oh wow!
And yeah, so they were. I was like, look, this is one of my favorite tracks. I was just wondering if we can just go in and take a look. And she's like, yeah, go ahead, go in there. A lot of the places were you couldn't access with your car, but she was like, you can get out and walk around.
Oh man!
And yeah, I couldn't make it over to the corkscrew, which is, the infamous dropping S turn that they have there towards the end of the track.
I think it's a 3-story drop. If I'm right, it's a 3-story drop in like no time.
That sounds accurate. Yeah. She said that they're getting ready to do a $15 million like makeover on the track. So, yeah, nothing was running or anything like that. But yeah, but it was very cool to see. And it was just like, we were kind of driving by. I was like, is that like Laguna Seca, the track, And my wife was like, yeah.
Man, Gran Turismo 1, right, was my first time driving Laguna Seca on video game. And I can close my eyes and tell you every corner of that track.
Yep.
And for fun story, because we're talking about the 2-year anniversary, how you found the show. Mike and I met over a year before we ever met in board gaming in an autocross competition. He had his Volkswagen R out there, his Golf R. I had my Ford Focus ST, and we were out there just racing each other and having a blast. I think it was a friend of yours named Eddie or Ed, or I can't remember this guy's name.
Cheers.
Totally off.
You're not even close. Nailed it.
I still have video of Mike racing his Golf R on that autocross track. And then years later, we start playing board games together, and I just swear to Bob, like, I seen you somewhere, I know you from somewhere, and we could never connect the dots. It wasn't until like a year and a half later that Mike connected the dots of where we had met before, which was racing cars like dummies.
And the funny thing is I saw your, because you had the X-Wing vinyl.
I had the X-Wings,
like on the hood of your car.
stickers on my hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was walking in that strip mall, like where Armada is, and I see the car there, and I'm like, man, I can't imagine any other black ST having this on the hood. So I take a picture and I send it to my friend Jared. So I was like, check this out, man. Like, this guy must live around here somewhere, like close by.
That idiot.
And even then it was months after. I think we were talking about something. I was like, yeah, what did you drive? Oh, yeah, I drive an ST. Oh, yeah, I got a Golf R. And you're like, yeah, I know. And I was like, what? And you said, yeah, remember? And then, like, right immediately it hit us both. I was just like, oh, my, you're that Carlos.
And I drive horrible. I am a horrible race car driver.
Yeah.
Period. Flat out.
Well, that's where your kids get it from.
Hey, listen, my kids are blessed. They drive better than I ever will. I just, like, when in doubt, throttle out. I don't know what else to do.
Some better than others. Some of them have had a few little run-ins. But yeah.
So what I'm hearing, though, Carlos, is you were the original package in the hallway guy for
Mike. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
Stalking each other.
Find him. Yeah, I was going to ask
that needs to be a T-shirt, or like Mike hiding behind a bush,
watching the game on the shelf. Yeah. I was going to ask you where you had found us, but I knew you had predated the show by many years, so that was a
Mike is a big part of what we got going on here, and a lot of it was, Mike was with us from the beginning, trying to figure out what we're going to do, how do we connect. then we started this call-in thing, and he's like, Carlos, you got something here. Like, run with this.
Yeah.
You know, this is new. This is different. This could be it.
Like I said, he's definitely one of the
Nobody else was doing it.
parking lot guys. We talk about those conversations in the parking lot afterwards. Mike and Muhammad and it was Dave Carlton. I remember hanging out outside of Cool Stuff after we shut the place down, and we would just talk in the parking lot for hours. So,
yeah, I'm glad you guys have made it this far. 2 years, man. And this is 2 years just for the call-in show, though, right?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Just the call-in
Okay,
part, which is
that's what I was thinking.
I'm really like enjoying, like, this is the part that keeps me coming back, is what we're doing right here, right now, Mike. This conversation with different people all the time.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is all different types of YouTube channels and videos, and everybody has like their thing. I know from the beginning you were always like, I hate editing video. I hate editing, and I just need it simple.
Yep.
And I just kept thinking, like, unless you're streaming stuff, like, it's never going to be simple, man. Like, you're always going to be editing video. And then you started doing this, and I was like, you found a niche right there, man. You got it.
And the thing with the streaming part that I didn't really ever like is I don't like one-way communication. Like, I feed off the energy of the people around me. I need the people around me to help me continue to drive forward. And this call-in show has done that. It allows me to get the energy from the folks at home, which makes me want to come back every week. And it was great. Mike was a big part of me learning OBS and a lot of skills that he has, the tech skills that I don't. I just turn on a camera.
Then he went and moved to Seattle. Took all that with him.
Yeah, started a hugely successful video channel.
Yeah, one mic, one game. One mic, two games.
One mic, two game.
Well, I got a big pile of stuff sitting here, and I'm debating on
get on it,
how to attack it. If I'm going to include anything on a YouTube video.
Having fun with Mike, but his trip to back to the West Coast, he sends me a message about the topper I used to have on my ST. I had this Thule topper, and he's like, "Hey, can you snap me a picture of it? I'm thinking about buying something like it." So I'm like, you know what? I'll do one better. I went out there and it kind of a little sprinkling out there, and I set up the topper and I open it up so you can see the volume on the inside, and I've got freaking a board game right there.
Oh yeah,
the board game.
I put Rallyman GT in there for scale.
I thought you were going to say you opened it up and you had your three kids in there or something.
I thought you said there was like a board game that was left in there. It was there.
Well, because I knew his intent was to ship a bunch of board games home, and I'm like, let me show him the volume of what it can carry. So how do I do scale? Do I get a pair like they do and Shut Up and Sit Down?
A banana.
Or a banana? So I thought, a board game. I'll just take an average board game box, a Calyx size board game box, and I'll put it in there, and he can see how many board games he can fit inside there. So I hope that helps.
It was perfect, man. Oh yeah, definitely, man.
Here to help.
It definitely helped. Yeah.
Well, I know you came back to the Sunshine State for kind of crappy reasons as far as after the hurricane, but it was nice to actually meet you in person and play some games together at your turn. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely a pleasure meeting you, and I wish we could have played more games together. The funny thing is like the 3 days that 2.5, 3 days, whatever you want to say, that went on, I really didn't get that many games in. And I'm not sure why. I think it was because I was going home early. Well, I was staying at my son's house, which was about 20 minutes away, but, I was leaving probably like 11 o'clock, and then I'd be coming back at like 10 o'clock. But it didn't seem like I got many games in. It was a great con, don't get me wrong, and I would love to go back next year just to, support it and see you guys again. But yeah, I wish I would have gotten more gameplay. And although the games that I got in, I'm glad I played, and we did get a couple of games already set that in, which I really enjoyed. So
love that game.
Yeah, it was fun.
Has it waned for you at all?
I don't know if I've played it as much as you guys have. The last time I played was for Thanksgiving, and we had, I think, a full count, maybe 7 to 8 people actually betting, and then I did the announcing. I enjoyed doing that.
Oh yeah,
And
it's better than the app. When Mike does it's better than the app.
It was fun.
That's my one regret at Your Turn Con was not playing Ready Set Bet with Mike doing the calling. We played it multiple times with the app. I was like,
Mike made a lot of fun. Yeah,
it was.
That's for sure.
That's a game that is.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed
if
it.
you play it too much, it will kind of wane. It will. You have to have a big group. You have to have a raucous group, and then that game will sing every time.
Oh yeah, it's perfect for that. And I played it the last couple times I played it. It was just at 4 or 5, and it was fun, but it wasn't the same experience as 7 or 8. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely intend on breaking it out when it's at least 6 or more people that are going to be betting. Because I think like when there's only, like you said, if there's like, 4 to 5, not that it isn't exciting, but when you have a group of people feeding off of each other, it definitely heightens the, oh, come on, like when you're really rooting for your horse to come in and, you get the last couple of horses that are, past the red line, and it's always exciting.
It's also that
but it was
space limitation
hit,
aspect
for Thanksgiving.
My oldest brought it up to me. He says, he's not a gamer. Y'all know that. My oldest, I always tried to make him a gamer. Never worked. But we played it at Thanksgiving, and he brought it up later, talking about what he enjoyed about it was when he was thinking about going somewhere. As soon as he started that reach, someone else got there right before him. Yeah. And you really need more players to make that happen. Otherwise, you're getting spaces you want without the pressure of time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that, definitely. Yeah. So anyway, I know you sent me a link to join tonight, but like I said, my main PC's on the fritz. I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on.
Yeah, you got to settle back in.
I would call in. Yeah,
I didn't expect you to be settled in so fast, but we will still get you back on. And
oh yeah, you get back in the loop here.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll get fixed eventually, and then I might be able to make more of an appearance on a weekly basis. But yeah, anyway, I want to say congrats on the 2 years, man.
Thank you.
I really think I still think. I mean, I don't know of any other board game show that's doing call-ins. So
I haven't seen
one
yet.
You still kind of rule the roost there. And
nobody else is willing to risk getting trolled on voice by real people,
random callers, and
And it was funny though, isn't it? A year and a half that I've been watching and participating, it's only been like once or twice.
Yeah.
Max.
Before that, it was a little more consistent.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There were a couple of guys on the first couple of episodes that
yeah.
It's always expected, but it was just like, okay, we're gonna hang up on that guy,
Yeah, I'd say the first couple of months, we almost every week we'd have one, but yeah, it waned
but that's
off.
What made it exciting.
Yeah, but then at that point, we just told Mitch, just join the show for real and stop making fun of us.
Quit calling us. Yeah. Absolutely.
Man, that guy's getting
fellas. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm still watching while I'm figuring out my PC here. I'm watching on the laptop. And,
get on it.
Yeah, congrats.
Get on it.
Get those games unboxed and filmed, and we want to see some video.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Good night, homie.
Take it easy.
Thanks for calling, Mike. Have a good one.
Thanks.
I keep thinking about the idea of Mike, T-shirt of Mike behind a bush, and then all I can think of is the video he did for our channel, Mystic Veil, where he opens up and he's got like gardener's gloves and he's got gardener shears and he's shearing little meeples off of like a little tree.
Speaking of T-shirts, I'm going to take a quick minute for the plug here. So I've got these T-shirts made up, and we've actually ordered a bunch more in some different sizes. I owe a couple people shirts. I know 3 people have put orders in for some odd sizes or different sizes. I got a 3XL and a couple of smalls that I had.
I'm sorry, Rob. I know I want one that shows my midriff.
Yeah,
I really want one that.
I'm gonna get you a cutoff one. I'm gonna take a pair of scissors and just cut right across. But I've got a small stack of these now. So if anybody's interested, get with us in the chats or on the Discord or something. I can certainly get these out. So glad I finally got that tackled. We're screen printing them, so they're holding up. People have asked about washing them and stuff. I've washed mine.
I've washed mine
10 or 20 times now. Yeah, and it's not fading or anything like that. So I'm wearing one tonight. I'm kind of short, so you couldn't see, but.
There you go.
You're kind of short. We knew that.
Kind of short. Kind of short. Like kind of short.
I'm looking forward to Dice Tower East or the next convention where a whole bunch of folks from are there, and if you get like one night, it's like, hey, all right, this is the night everyone's gonna wear their shirt, and you
That'd
have
be
like
cool.
a little crew of us all wearing a shirt. That'd be awesome. So
Looking forward to it. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yep.
I'll wear mine on Saturday. We have our game day this Saturday. I was going to talk about different games that we've played and whatnot, but I'm going back to my list here, and I haven't played a game since the Wesley Chapel's game day.
Oh
wow.
Okay.
I have.
It's been a
like
while.
I've been really focused on getting this work stuff done.
Yeah.
I got to say, it was much success today. Very pleasantly surprised how well that
Yep.
went.
Caller.
That's Beans and Dice podcast. State your name. Where are you calling from?
Well, hello, everybody. This is Beans and Dice New England checking in.
Oh,
Hey.
How are you?
our man Getty.
How you doing?
Bean Town
That's
guy.
me. That's
Good job.
me. Well, hey, listen. I'll try to keep it short. and
Our
sweet as
Boston
usual.
Bean and Dice, as we call them.
There you go, Boston Beans and Dice. Yeah, just congratulations on the 2-year anniversary. I haven't been around you guys for what's it been? Just a few months, I think.
It's taking a little longer than you think. Like time
6 or
flies faster
7,
than you
easy.
think.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, I could be wrong. Anyway, I came to you guys through Wayne, and I've regretted it ever since. No, it's
Usually the case with me. I mean, it's like
no, it's been a lot of fun, and I think Ron might have said it best on the very first call when he just said just sort of the feeling of community that you guys have been fostering. It really is special, and as many others have said, the whole idea of doing the call-in show and it's something that nobody else is doing, and and you do it well, and it's you guys just do a great job with it, and I'm proud to be a small part of it. It really is cool.
We love the consistency. We love the core group that we've got here. You and so many others that call in every week, or at least listen, or chime in the chat. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, it's what we're trying to build that group. So,
and I'll say the thing I want to thank Rich for is you and I met playing on Board Game Arena from another group from the another podcast basically, and you ran tournaments for them, and now you've taken over running tournaments for us. We've done a GT Rallyman GT tournament. We've done Castles of Burgundy. We're doing a welcome to.
I still love that one. Stay classy. That was so cool.
Burgundy Cup.
So you're a bigger part than you think. I think the tournaments that we're running have been super successful. I think people realize it takes a lot longer to go through those tournaments than you think. Especially when you play an asynchronous. But they're great fun. They're competitive, and it's I think it helps foster that community. So we appreciate you helping run those and take them on and doing all the legwork for them. It's been fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's been my pleasure, really. I just wish the async nature of those things. Unfortunately, it only takes one slowpoke to really grind things to a halt.
Yeah.
But what can you do? It's things happen, but we're getting close to the end of Welcome to, and it's going to be a really tight battle in the game I'm in. I know that, and the other semifinal was really tight too. So it's going to be a fantastic final game.
I got bumped. I was winning that other semifinal all the way up to the last 2 turns, and I kind of lacked off a little bit. I didn't realize it was getting ready to end, and 4 people passed me on the last 2 rounds. So I went from first to not making the final.
Another feeling that's 2 tournaments.
That can happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Castles of Burgundy and this, I'm like in the running to make it to the playoffs, right? And then that last game, I crapped.
Hey, you sit back on your laurels a little bit.
Yeah.
Get on your heels.
Yeah.
Kind of enjoy
Came
it.
in dead last in both this Castles of Burgundy and Welcome to final game, and pushed myself right out of the playoffs. So it's like,
yeah, especially castles too. Castles with those bonuses from the yellow tiles, man. It's just.
Yeah.
You're ahead by 35 points, and you're like, oh, I've got this, and then nope, you finished third, you're out.
Final scoring.
Oh, come on.
Now, I think a big part of having Rich on that I really enjoyed. I know this was supposed to be about Rich telling us why we're cool and having
we're so
fun at
good.
2
Why
years.
he's cool.
But now we're telling him how why we like him. I feel that connection with Rich on the auto racing side. Like there are jokes that I can make or statements that I could say. Even that last phone call with Mike where we talked about Laguna Seca and seeing Rich's comments in the chat tells me somebody gets us. Like, for me, it's not just about board games. That's a big part of what connects us, but it's also those other hobbies and things that we enjoy outside of gaming that connects us in even more threads that we can share. And so, Rich, having you here is big for me, knowing that I've got another auto racing fan out there.
Well, it's real. I appreciate that, Carlos, and that it really it's great when you do discover that. I mean, you make a connection based on one thing, and then you find out, these guys, this guy likes this.
Listen, open invite
that I like.
January 27th, I'll be at Daytona. I got 3 campsites for the 24-hour race to look at the new GT.
All the new prototypes.
The new prototypes.
Yeah. I'm there the weekend before, so I'll be in Daytona the weekend before seeing them.
So if you make your way from Boston and you need a place to pop a tent, I'll be there all week, man. It's gonna be amazing.
Man, I would love that. They've got all the manufacturers, a bunch of new manufacturers getting involved.
Oh yeah, we got Porsche's already out there
Ferrari's
practicing.
coming back, I think.
Right, it's gonna be awesome. Grosjean just announced he's gonna race for Lamborghini next year. See, this is why I like having Rich. He knows what I'm talking about.
Talks the talk.
Well, hey, I've
been trying to get Rob to come. Like he's my board gaming best friend, and he still won't come with me camping for race day.
I'm going to be there the weekend before. Again, I'm camping. With
you
the
say that
Scouts
every
the week
year,
yeah,
but you're never there with me. We could be playing. I keep telling him, imagine it, Robert. Imagine it. We're at Daytona. We're at the start finish line, and we're playing. I don't know. Rallyman GT or Downforce or Thunder Alley. We're doing something racing on a board game, taking pictures there.
Talking about memorable moments, though, you live from the tent.
Oh yeah,
I thought I was gonna die.
That's why I don't go. That's why I won't go camp with that guy.
The audio quality was awesome. Like it was amazing. Like you guys did a live. You literally did a live show from a tent at Daytona.
When in 80-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah.
It was probably the scariest tent camping I've ever done.
Yep.
So Rich, join me because Robert won't.
Well, it's funny because I mentioned one time before that I used to work for a company that made not just NASCAR but a couple of historic F1 and also IndyCar racing sims. And one year, the whole company, we camped out in the infield at Talladega before it was the Winston 500 at the time, and so that was quite the experience, camping out in the infield of one of those big, massive ovals.
It is.
So
it just is
really cool.
Yeah.
And Laguna, Laguna Seca out west, I was out there maybe 10 years ago, and I got to. It's great how they basically let you, unless there's a real race on, they just kind of let you, poke around the periphery of the place. We got some pictures of the corkscrew and from behind the fence naturally, but they had like a Skip Barber racing school thing going on at the time. But it's great how they let you poke around that place. It's a pretty amazing track.
That's on my bucket list. There's not many things that make me want to go to the West Coast because that's pretty far, but Laguna Seca is one of them. Just to see a IMSA series race out there would just delight me.
Yeah, when we were doing a game called Grand Prix Legends, it was a game we did in 1998. It's based on the 1967 Formula One season. And so that
Formula
was
One used to be out there.
Not at Laguna, but they had it at Riverside. They had it at Sebring. The very first United States Grand Prix, 1959, was held at Sebring.
On the old World War
the
II
old Sebring
airstrip.
Yes,
I've camped out at Sebring.
Plus, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get together. I gotta make it to maybe Watkins Glen. That's closer to you.
Yeah, We could Virginia International right in the middle somewhere.
Oh, I told Rob let's go to VIR. I remember that. I was like, you got any family near? Like, because he was from Virginia.
Yep.
We will make that happen, and we will get a board game at a racetrack. I'm going to make that happen.
See,
Board game
I need
at a
to find a
racetrack.
board game friend
VIRs.
that's into soccer too. So
Oh yeah.
Football.
11s.
Okay. Well, hey, I'll let you guys go. Hopefully, we'll get a couple others to call in here. But
Thank you, Bob.
great 2 years, and hey, keep it going.
Have a good night.
Appreciate it. Thanks for calling, Rich.
thanks,
Okay,
Rich.
bye-bye.
That's cool.
I'm
Keep
sorry,
it
I can
coming.
go all day talking about racing. My bad,
No,
people.
it's
My
good,
bad.
man.
It's a board game podcast.
It's about how we game, right? About what you were talking about.
I don't know. It's that connection of theme to
Oh, I get it, though.
hobbies. Like, I don't know. It's
I get it.
It seems worth the hassle to me
Yeah.
to be able to say we did it.
Yep.
Like, we played a Civil War board game at a World War, or a Civil War battlefield or something. Like, we did it.
Yeah, my similar story. My wife and I played. So there's an old board game called Castle. It's like a blue box French game, and we played that in Italy. When we
Is
were
it the
like-
one with the colors and you're laying
Yep.
down different colored tiles and they got squiggle marks or
No,
zigzags or?
Nope, it's you're trying to put guys inside the castle on the castle
okay.
walls or outside the castle. We played that literally like we were in like Florence, Italy, sitting at on top of a castle, like playing that game. And it's like
I know Rob doesn't care about theme.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But
no.
But you're yeah. We did a whole like, well, it's not board game, but it's board game adjacent. There's the Assassin's Creed trilogy. The Assassin's Creed 2 is Ezio Auditore, which is all throughout Florence. So when my wife and I were in Florence, Italy, we literally did like the Assassin's Creed tour. We went to like all
cool.
the main sites from the video game as we're going through the city. So, I get it. And seeing places like the racetracks, like I totally get it. Like I'm a soccer nut, and there's a couple of stadiums that are on my bucket list of like I need to go see a soccer game at that stadium. Wembley, Anfield, yeah. Yep. So
Makes sense.
hey, how's the U.S. team doing? I haven't really been keeping up. Where we're
they
at.
did all right. They did okay.
They
They
did
made
good.
it out. They
They-
made it out of the knockout stage.
They're
and
out,
then
but,
they
yeah.
lost, but they lost to a team that's probably one of the favorites to win.
Yeah.
And we're all like in our early 20s. So when these kids are 4 years from now, they're all going to be like 27, 28.
Oh yeah.
They're going to be real good.
Second youngest team in the tournament, I think. Yep.
Yeah.
Beans and Dice podcast. State your name. Where are you calling from?
This is Kyle from Chicago.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
Kyle, how are you?
Chi
Wait on this
Town.
one.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
What is up with you? You got that baby boy. He's what is it,
Yeah.
almost a
He's
year
almost
now.
8 months. 8 months.
8 months.
8 months. All right. In
Gotta
close.
get him start
Are you
playing
getting sleep yet?
Wingspan, some-
What was that?
Getting sleep yet?
Oh gosh. Yeah. It's getting better. We're struggling to get him to go to bed and do his naps, but we'll get there. Over time.
It'll happen.
We went through a streak of him waking up in the middle of the night, but then it went back to he started sleeping through again.
I hear
But,
that they
congrats
go
on-
in spurts. Like there's this cycle that has to do with 3-month intervals or something to do with 3, 6, 9.
They go through like regressions and
That's
stuff.
what wifey was talking about because our kid's going through it right now. And I'm pointing to the
Yeah.
room. She's in the hotel room, literally.
Point
We're
away.
like right on. She's right across this wall right here. Like
Yeah.
they put us right in the corner of the lobby. And that kid just won't sleep. And today she was just being a nut. God bless her. I love her. But Bobby, it's
Oh,
17 months and dang near 17 months and it's still not over. So just know it's not over for you.
Yeah, I know.
Hang in there. You'll be fine. It'll be worth it in the end. Having
Positive
kids
Carlos.
is awesome.
Positive Carlos.
Having kids is awesome because somebody's got to wipe our butts when we're old. And it's sure as heck not going to be our friends.
Well, congrats on 2 years.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I started listening when Jamie Stegmeyer gave you guys a shout out, and I swear it was like a year and a half ago or something because I was
Yeah.
living in a different I was in a different place, and I remember I was like he gave you guys the shout out on his Wednesday talk whatever live stream.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I'll give that a shot. I'll give that a live call-in show. That's unique. And I gave it a listen. I was like, huh. And then I went back to
These guys are
episodes I
stupid.
missed. And I was like, I like this vibe because it's like you guys have said, you started off and talking in like a parking lot, and that's what it felt like. Just felt like friends just hanging out talking about board games. And I was like, this is fantastic. There's nothing, pretentious about it or anything. You guys are just
showing your passion for a wonderful hobby. So, yeah.
Awesome.
You've been on the show. You've taught us about
ever
camera work and in photography. We've seen you with some awesome photography.
Thank you.
It's gone great places since you joined.
Yeah. I wish I was more consistent with the photography, but kids kind of throw a wrench in it. I commend you guys for with families and stuff and doing this every single week. Like, you guys never seem to miss a beat except for Thanksgiving, which I guess I'll let that slide.
Oh yeah,
Slackers.
That was a jab there.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving,
I'll own
were
it.
not there for me.
I'll own it.
I was waiting for Ron or somebody like, hey, where's that podcast?
Oh, yeah. The missing podcast from Thanksgiving that we promised that we never got to. Yeah. Oh well.
That's all Mitchell. When Mitchell's back.
Consistently inconsistent.
Mitchell's not here. No.
So yeah, it's been great. Like, the Discord's been a blast, and having games getting thrown out there all the time. Like, that's fantastic. It's like I've always got stuff to play on BGA. I'm always trying stuff, and it's pretty wonderful what you guys got going.
I've learned a lot of games on there. I'm surprised that at first I talked about how I didn't want to learn a game on BGA, but as we've played, I've dipped my toe in here or there, and now I'm finding as long as I don't try to do 3 or 4 or 5 at once, if I just do like one at a time, learn that game, play it a couple times, it's actually not bad to learn a game on there.
40 or 50 that I'm in.
I'm there with you.
What's interesting is, speaking about Jamie, he had that survey that he sent out like a week ago that he was asking about, like, hey, how many online games have you played that you ended up buying? And then the next question was, how many online games do you ended up playing that you decided not to buy? That you didn't buy. Well, it was interesting. I actually went out to my board game shelf and I looked at it. I'm like, okay, oh shit, I bought like 10 games that I played on BGA in the last year. And then I went back and looked at all my games on BGA and realized there was about 3 or 4 games where I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying that game. So I bought more games.
What was that hex racing game that you got us into?
Vecto Race. That was
God.
that was it right out.
That was hot garbage.
But I got Barren Park and Living Forest and like 3 or 4 other games that I know. So it's been good playing those games. Yeah.
I just picked up Obsession.
Oh, that's a great one.
I was liking it so much, and I'm like, you know what? I really like this, and I think it's just a theme that might click with my wife and stuff.
I keep hearing about this, and I keep seeing people talking about this online. And I'm just going to be transparent. I have no clue what it is. What is it, Kyle?
It's Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey, yeah.
Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, I consider Downton Abbey the board game, because I like Downton Abbey a lot. I don't care for that theme otherwise, but at the show my wife and I just got so hooked into it. And so, yeah, it's that, was it Victorian England? You're basically, you're a family trying to gain reputation and wealth in that society or whatever, and you do it through placing servant meeples on tile spaces to hold events where you increase your reputation and wealth and stuff like that. And you're trying to gain the favor of the Fairchilds, which are this like elite family that you're trying to like woo over and hook up your family members with, or something like that, for courtship. So you're trying to court each other to establish themselves in the society and stuff. So
it's definitely a pretty complex game, but it's really good. But I'll say this, Kyle, if you think your wife is into that Downton Abbey type theme or that environment, it's expensive, but Rococo is a game that I would definitely recommend.
Yeah.
Your version is expensive.
I'd love to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There's got to be a different version than what you have.
That's it. Wayne. That's all there is, because the only other copy is an out-of-print copy that predates it. There's the copy I have from Eagle Griffin Games that's like $100, and then there's
wow, that's it. There's not like a retail version.
Nope.
It's sad.
Yeah, it is. It is sad because it does need to. Yeah, but the other thing I would say, Kyle, is I think I'm excited to see where you and your little one go in the gaming world, because I think you I heard, what's the game where you're like it's the Raven and you're collecting the fruit. It's a Haba game. You were talking about it the other day on Discord. First Orchard. That's like the first game I played with my kid, and then I'm like, oh, I can't wait to recommend. Like, I've got a long, because my kid's 8 now, so it's like
I just got it for my son for Christmas.
There you go.
So he'll be unwrapping that on Christmas Day because your recommendation. So I'm looking forward to just giving that a try with him.
There's
like my daughter, I just got her Massive Darkness 2. Like, she's 17 months. She's gonna love
that.
She's gonna
love that. And if she doesn't, then hey, you know.
No, but I think that's awesome. Is you have I don't know. There's almost all of us on the Discord are parents. Not everybody, but a good chunk of us. So we all have kids at various ages, from high school, college, all the way down to newborn. So the game suggestions will come fast and furious as far as, okay, this is the next one. This is the next one. Yeah. So
that's great.
The other part about Kyle is the baseball connection. Between Rob, myself, and Kyle, and the enjoyment of baseball. There's another thread that we've made with friends in the in this show community that we have topics we talk about outside. Just talk about how the Cubs and Cubs. Yeah. Just if it wasn't for Madden, you can thank Tampa.
Oh yeah, John Madden.
Yeah, John Madden.
Joe, our buddy Joe.
Joe.
Close enough.
Yeah, I love me some baseball, so that's always an awesome thing. So
I think we're both Zobers fans. That helps. We're both Zobers fans.
Oh, I love Zobers. I love Zobers. Good guy. But congrats on the 2 years. I'll let you guys keep going and have a good one, and hopefully you don't stop doing this every week.
Not planning on it. We're looking forward to it. Except for Thanksgiving. Yeah.
All right. All right. Have a good one.
Thanks for calling, Kyle. Have a good night.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yep. All right. Bye-bye.
Well, that does get us past the 10 o'clock East hour.
Yeah. You gonna cut off that phone line?
Yeah, I got to get everything packed up tonight.
You got to get to the kiddo,
Fly out tomorrow from San Antonio. We're heading through Atlanta back into Tampa tomorrow. So God willing, everything will be safe and smooth. And, man, this airport here in San Antonio, it's got the worst TSA line. Like, it's just one giant TSA line for everyone.
Haven't been there. Oh,
okay. It's the worst. Like, at least TIA, Tampa International.
Oh, fantastic.
They have the quadrants, right?
Yep.
So, like, each corner has its own set of terminals, its own set of TSA. I think when we were out in Phoenix, they had multiple sets of TSA in different areas. But, like, San Antonio decides to do their TSA as just one big giant line for everybody.
Wow. That
it's
sucks.
the worst. But I'm hoping to stop by the Dragon's Lair, which is a board game and miniatures game shop here in San Antonio. Really nice setup that they have there. That's my goal, is tomorrow get breakfast, check out the game shop, check out some shopping stuff for wifey, and then head back to Tampa. So we'll be back for Saturday just in time for our second Saturday game day and Christmas gift exchange. Wait, it's okay. You never make them. We know.
No, I made a bunch recently.
By a bunch, he means two.
No. I was
good stuff when he can't be there.
The last several Wesley Chapel gamings, the last couple of games. No.
The Wesley Chapel ones have been fun. My wife was talking about them last
They're a
night,
lot of
how much fun she's had at the Wesley Chapel. Like, listen, your turn's awesome. Armada's great.
Oh, I love you.
But having that second day a month, get out, get some gaming in, that's been great.
With the two hurricanes this fall, it kind of screwed up soccer schedule for my kid. So they have 3 games scheduled for Saturday.
Wow.
So it's like 1 at 9, 1 at 11, 1 at 3. So yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I was really looking forward to the gift exchange too, and bringing some games and having fun with that. But I guess gives me a reason to stick around for another year, I guess.
Yeah, stick around for next year just for the gift exchange.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
Any updates for the folks, for y'all, from y'all to the folks at home? I got nothing. Like, I'm so glad this week is over. It was a lot of prep work for me to get through this week at work. So back to gaming starting when I get back home.
Yeah.
That's
it's
good.
Just doing my wife and I are doing the Twitch gaming every Sunday. So this past Sunday we did Star Trek Catan. Hey, Carlos's game.
Oh my God, I want that. Like
Yeah.
Star Trek
You want-
Catan is on
you
my
want-
wish list.
Not Star Trek Catan, Star Trek Panic. Sorry,
Panic.
Oh,
Star
I
Trek
misspoke.
Panic. Yeah.
Your copy of Star Trek Panic that I bought from the flea market. We played that.
Was it what I told you it was?
was
Like
good.
really like way deeper
It's-
Castle Panic than
yeah,
it should
we
be.
screwed up a couple of rules, so we're gonna
See?
rewind it and play it again. But it was tough, and then we. Also
But tell me it
played the-
doesn't feel like Star Trek.
Oh yeah,
It
that's
does.
cool.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it
The
was good.
torpedoes coming at
Yeah, it was
you.
good. Yeah.
Turning the ship
objects
and
flying by
Turn the
you.
ship. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
shields.
Yeah.
You got to turn the ship for the shields and all
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Yeah, it was really cool. We played that and the Amazon Wonder Woman Challenge in the Amazons, the cooperative
Okay.
game. So it's kind of cool. It was
Yeah, I
better
taught-
than I thought it would be.
Really?
So, yeah.
So I taught my 10-year-old. The only thing I can remember that I played in the last week is I taught the 10-year-old Potion Explosion, and he liked that quite a bit. So that was
Nice.
fun. Yep.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. So
I'm glad to see Ian getting out of gaming too.
Yeah,
Gabe
yeah,
likes
he's-
Potion Explosion as well.
He'd been asking me for a couple weeks to play it, and so I finally pulled it off, and we played it, and he wanted to play it again. So yep, big hit.
nice.
I always find the potions to be the part that like I'll get the potions, but I won't use them because I'm
Oh,
just
you gotta
being
use
too
them.
lazy to go read them.
I
I'm being too
I
lazy
use
to go
them, like,
read
right
what they
away, like every time.
Back page of the book. You just keep it sitting there. The back page is all the potions on it. You just right there.
I just want to hear the clack. I just want to pull the and clack.
Marbles.
Just
Hear
clack.
'em clicking together.
Yeah, clack. All right, folks. Well, that gets us through our 10 o'clock hour. We appreciate y'all for watching, sticking
Yeah.
around 2 years of this nonsense. This
Congratulations, Carlos, on 2 years. Yeah, I didn't know that we'd still be here, but
You
it's been
and
a fun
Rob.
ride.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
You guys
been
are
a fun
amazing.
ride.
yeah,
I
we
appreciate
did it.
Yep.
So
many
on that
more.
note, we will catch y'all on the next one next Thursday. I'm Carlos,
I'm Rob.
And I'm Wayne.
and we are the Beans and Dice Podcast, a podcast about.
How we
Good
get?
game.
Thanks for watching. Have a good
Night,
evening.
everybody.
Thanks for
Bye, guys.
watching the Beans and Dice podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
If it wasn't for Mitch putting the music on these buttons, it wouldn't be happening right now. So thank you, Mitch. Happy
Thanks,
birthday,
Mitch.
little buddy.
Happy birthday.
Thanks